On the morning of August 6, 1945, Hiroshima was just like any other city. People were going about their daily lives, unaware of the horror that was about to descend from the sky. This is the story of a man who not only survived the most devastating moment in human history, but carried on to tell the world about it. Welcome to the Man Who Survived Hiroshima. Our story begins with a man named Tsutomu Yamaguchi. A 29-year-old naval engineer, Yamaguchi was on a business trip to Hiroshima. It was his last day in the city, and he was preparing to return home to Nagasaki. Little did he know, his life was about to change forever. At 8:15 a.m., the sky above Hiroshima lit up with a blinding flash. The United States had dropped the first atomic bomb, codenamed Little Boy. In an instant, the city was consumed by fire, shockwaves, and unimaginable destruction. Yamaguchi was just 3 kilometers from the epicenter of the blast. The force of the explosion knocked him to the ground, shattering his eardrums and burning his upper body. Despite the chaos and destruction around him, Yamaguchi survived. Disoriented and injured, Yamaguchi somehow managed to make his way through the burning streets of Hiroshima. The sight was apocalyptic. Buildings reduced to rubble, fires everywhere, and thousands of people wounded or dying. Yet, Yamaguchi's only thought was to get back home to his family. After spending a night in the ruins of the city, Yamaguchi boarded a train bound for Nagasaki the very next day. Despite the burns and trauma, he made it home to his wife and children, thinking he had escaped the worst. But fate had more in store for him. On August 9th, Yamaguchi was at his workplace in Nagasaki, recounting the horrors he had witnessed in Hiroshima. As he explained the power of the atomic bomb, another flash lit up the sky. This time it was Fat Man, the second atomic bomb. Once again, Yamaguchi found himself at ground zero of an atomic explosion. Unbelievably, Yamaguchi survived a second atomic blast. The force of the explosion threw him to the ground, but once again, he lived through the destruction. Nagasaki was devastated, just like Hiroshima. Miraculously, Yamaguchi's wife and children also survived the bombing in Nagasaki. Despite the unimaginable trauma of living through 2 atomic bombings, Yamaguchi focused on his recovery and his family's survival. After the war, Yamaguchi became a voice for peace, telling his extraordinary story to the world. He was recognized as the only officially documented person to survive both atomic bombings, a symbol of resilience in the face of humanity's darkest hour. In the years that followed, Yamaguchi dedicated his life to advocating for nuclear disarmament. He believed that his survival carried a purpose: to remind the world of the horrors of nuclear war and to ensure such devastation would never happen again. In 2006, at the age of 90, Yamaguchi gave a powerful speech at the United Nations, urging the world to remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki and to work toward a future without nuclear weapons. His voice, filled with the weight of his experiences, moved those who heard it. Tsutomu Yamaguchi passed away in 2010 at the age of 93, leaving behind a legacy of resilience, hope, and a lifelong fight for peace. His story is not just about survival. It's about finding purpose in the face of tragedy and using his voice to shape a better world. Yamaguchi's story reminds us of the strength of the human spirit and the importance of remembering the past to shape a brighter future. He survived not just to tell his tale, but to ensure that the lessons of Hiroshima and Nagasaki would never be forgotten. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through history. If you were moved by Tsutomu Yamaguchi's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more powerful stories of resilience and survival. Until next time, let's keep remembering the past to build a better future.